Almost a year ago to the date, the Washington Department of Game and Fish Commission voted 4-4, tying the bringing back of the spring black bear season, which cancelled it for 2022. There's been a lot of things that have happened between now and then, and this coming Friday, the Commission has stated that they're going to resolve this issue once and for all. So what's happened since then? Hunters and hunting organizations have rallied, a new coalition has been formed, but the governor of Washington state has also rallied and has filled the 3 vacant seats with very much preservationist type mindsets, which essentially has the Commission right now 5-4 in terms of how they would vote if it came down to voting for consumptive use, i.e. hunting, or voting for preservationist viewpoint, i.e. no hunting. So I wanted to provide you some simple discussion points, some simple talking points between now and Friday. You have to get your emails in today. Check out Howl For Wildlife and their email campaign, and you can sign up today and send your emails in. It has to happen today. In 2021, according to the Washington Department of Game and Fish biologists, the most conservative estimate for black bear populations is about 16,600. This is based on an estimate of 0.49 bears per square mile on the Eastern Cascades, 0.52 bears per square mile in the Western Cascades, multiplied by about 39,000 square miles of predicted habitat of black bears, which gives you a very conservative estimate of about 16,600 black bears. If you go on the best available science in terms of how many black bears can be taken out of a population to be sustainable, that number ranges between 16 and 20%. That means about 2,800 bears can be taken on an annual basis. In 2020, the last time you had a spring and a fall season, just over 2,000 bears were taken, much lower than that conservative estimate of percent and the much lower conservative estimate of population. The crux of the matter is this: why is a spring bear hunt even necessary? And simply, it causes a little bit less pressure from a predation perspective on fawn and calves from an elk and deer perspective. It causes a reduction in timber damage that's occurring because of the bears being taken. And it maintains bear populations at their current levels, which are, number one, sustainable, and two, would mitigate future human-wildlife conflict occurring. Here's where the rubber will meet the road. What will the Commission do? Will the Commission look at the science, the best available information that they have, that is sound, that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that a spring black bear hunt is not detrimental to black bear populations in Washington state? Or will they side on the side of rhetoric that is, hunting is bad, the consumptive use of wildlife is bad, and that we need to just preserve Mother Nature as it is, i.e., humans should not be a part of that system, which is counter to everything that has happened in time immemorial, that humans are a part of nature, not apart from nature. There's been a growing voice of anti-hunting sentiment starting out in New Mexico, this Wildlife for All that seems to be behind a Washington-specific Washington Wildlife First campaign that is very much putting forward an exclusionary idea of removing humans from the ecosystem in terms of preserving it without a consumptive use model as a part of it. They've even publicly stated that they are interested in moving the Washington Department away from a consumptive use model to one that prioritizes the preservation of the natural system. Again, it seems to indicate that humans are not a part of that natural system. The precedence of the decision to cancel the spring black bear hunt in perpetuity has far-reaching consequences. The fall black season is probably next. That gets removed because of the precedence of the spring black bear. Then what? Then essentially a New Jersey scenario is going to occur. Black bear populations are going to skyrocket. Human-wildlife conflict is going to commensurately increase with that. And then 2 things are going to happen. Number one, either professional cullers, contract killers, are going to come and take out the same amount of bears that hunters would via the taxpayer, or hunting is going to be brought back. All you can do today is you can send an email to the commission, and then we wait. And on Friday we hear from them. We hear whether or not they're going to rely on science and rely on the data that shows that hunting and consumptive use is a sustainable wildlife management tool in Washington state, or they're going to decide that the preservationist rhetoric of protection and exclusion of humans out of the system is the way forward. I hope that they choose the former and not the latter.